And the jewellery trade between Singapore and Indonesia is looking even brighter. That says homegrown Indonesian jewellery makers are looking to expand internationally, and they're looking at the Lion City as a launchpad.
We want to increase our exports, and we want also to tighten our relation with Singapore. And we know Singapore not only the end of market, but the hub of the trade, the global trade.
To spotlight their jewellery, 24 small and medium enterprises from Indonesia have set up booths at the Singapore International Jewelry Expo. The event brings together local and international jewellers and exhibitors to showcase their exclusive products. The easing of local COVID-19 measures is seeing a recovery in the jewellery market. May's retail sales figures saw sales of watches and jewellery jumped more than 60% on year. But to sustain this growth, Second Minister for Finance Indrani Raja says firms will have to connect with consumers on digital platforms more effectively and address sustainability issues.
Consumers nowadays are well informed and increasingly conscious of environmental, social and governance or ESG agendas. This change in consumer behavior sets the stage for industry players to transform and adopt responsible practices. Those that are able to do so can stand to gain competitive advantages in improved reputation and customer engagement.
Well, in the push for more sustainable jewellery, Singaporean jewellers are incorporating more environmentally friendly production and sourcing practices. But the road to sustainability isn't paved with clarity, and claims about more ethical alternatives aren't so clear-cut. Michelle Teo reports.
For over 40 years, Ivy Masterpiece has been crafting these bespoke pieces for the Singaporean clientele. As the family-run company transitions into the next generation, sustainability is now top of mind. Part of its new strategy is to take old heirloom pieces and give them new life.
We kind of just take out the loose stone, melt down the gold. We can use all the raw materials to make the next ring. So that way we don't touch the other kind of materials out there in the market, for example, lab-grown or, for example, naturally mined stones that actually do create a carbon footprint.
Another firm, Simone Jewels, took part in a project using recycled gold for its creations, but that's still a very small market.
There are very few suppliers of sustainable gold, and there are also very few suppliers who does packaging using sustainable materials. And I have to say more than 99% of the suppliers out there don't do sustainability. And I think all this is because of cost. In reality, it does cost a little bit more to be sustainable.
Consumer demand is still geared towards natural gold and unlikely to change in the foreseeable future. And that's especially given that gold prices have fallen over 16% from its high in March earlier this year, which means it's cheaper for investors to enter the market as a safe haven asset against rising inflation. Here at home, industry players expect demand to boom, especially in the last quarter of this year, ahead of GST hikes come 2023. Interest is also growing for synthetic stones like lab-grown diamonds, but market players warn that it's not as straightforward as it seems.
There is the concern of consuming energy using high pressure, high temperature to compress the carbon to become a lab-grown diamond. And if that's going to be prevalent and everybody is using this method, and all over the place, people set up factory to make lab-grown diamond, I think it's going to be environmentally disastrous for the industry.
To lab grow or not, that remains the question for jewellers looking to go green without overstating environmental benefits. And whether it's precious metals or gemstones, the sector is facing mounting pressure to find better ways to capture the more discerning, eco-conscious consumer.